Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make some blue butterfly nail art designs. So here's a little sneak peek of what the final design is going to look like. We've got a couple of gel polishes I'm going to show you. We've got Blue Jay and we've got Lagoon. So those are two different shades of blue. One's the lighter one, one's the darker one. We do also have a white, and this one's called Blessing. And that will be all the gel polish that we're going to use today. So only 3 colours, so pretty simple, nothing too crazy. So you basically just need 2 different shades. If you don't want to do blue, you can definitely obviously change it up. If you want to do pink or purple, whatever it is, you just need 2 different shades of that one colour. And now it's time to do our background shades. So the first nail is fully white, the other one is the lighter shade of blue, then we're doing one darker, and then the last 2 are going to be the same but flipped around. So half of it is going to be the light blue, half of it is going to be the darker blue, but we are not blending them into one another. We're not doing an ombre, we're not doing anything. We're just going to leave that harsh line in between the 2 shades. And this is a really cool little technique if you're kind of struggling with your ombre, but you kind of like the look of like the 2 colours on a nail. And with one being like, at the top, one at the bottom. But without creating that actual nice blend, you can actually cover up the harsh line where the 2 colours meet with glitter, which we're going to do today. And it creates such a nice little look. And it literally looks as if it was to, be like an ombre, but it's not. So everything has now been cured and it has got another layer applied and cured. Now we're applying a base coat. The base coat I like to use as like my adhesive to the glitter. So we're going to use it as kind of like a glue. So right now I'm applying the base coat to the 2 different coloured nails and then one of the white nails too. And then here's the blue glitter that I've got. I love it. It's such a beautiful glitter. Later on we're going to matte top coat these nails, and this kind of glitter looks absolutely stunning with a matte background. Still does its job. It's still very sparkly and everything. It just looks absolutely unreal. So as you can see, I'm placing quite a lot, or at least the chunkier parts of the glitter in the center to cover up the line. And then I'm trying to sprinkle a couple of the smaller parts away from it on both the top and the bottom, just to kind of make it look like a little fade going on. I'm trying my best. The glitter just doesn't have that much little chunks in there or any fine glitter. It's definitely much more like large hex concentrated. So if you do have like other glitters in your collection, you can always take them out to just help yourself, but I tried to stick to it only, so it did the job, but I wish it kind of had a little bit more. So that's what that one looks like. In a moment I started panicking because I thought I'm taking my time here. The footage is quite sped up, and obviously since we're using base coat, the gel could be moving whilst I'm working. So in a moment I'm just going to quickly chuck them into the lamp, the 2 that we've done, and then I'm going to start working on the white nail. So here I'll just place a bit. Here I notice it's moving, so quick switch. That's going into the lamp, and here I'm back with the white nail. So with the white nail, I'm going to try and focus the larger chunks of the glitter at the top of that nail. And again, I create almost like a fade going on, so I want to kind of finish off the glitter placement about halfway. Focus the larger chunks at the top, and then kind of make it look like it's kind of sprinkling down the nail. That's at least the look I'm going for. I'm trying to keep the glitter kind of flat down and not try to not overlap them too much, just to help with the bulkiness. I don't really want it to be lumpy or bumpy or anything like that, especially the white nail, because on the white nail we've got a lot going on. We've got a French tip to do, we've got some stamping and all sorts going on this nail, so you definitely don't want this to be lumpy or bumpy. If it is lumpy bumpy, off camera after applying the glitter I do apply a layer of base coat to just help even everything out. But if it's extra lumpy, just apply another layer of base coat, or if you're comfortable with clear acrylics or builder gels or anything like that, that will also help kind of with the bumpiness of a nail. Now that everything's out and our base coat has been applied again, it's time to do our French tip. So I'm using a darker shade of blue here, and I'm just colouring in, doing the outline of a smile line, then colouring in the tip. As you can see, the smile line is quite low than usual. I have no idea where it disappeared, probably fixing something up. But the smile line is a bit lower than usual, and that's because I wanted to keep that glittery fade look still there. So I don't want to cover it up too much, especially as later on we're going to stamp a butterfly down as well. So that's one. Now we've got a bunch of stamping to complete. I really sped up the footage, as you can see, like a lot. I really took my time. We have some reverse stamping, I always get confused with the names, but it's where you pick up a outline of an image and then you colour it in on your stamper. So we're going to do that, and in order to do that, once you colour it in, you kind of have to leave it to dry for a bit. So I just sped everything up, otherwise there'll be a lot of just snippy content put together. So I thought it might be nice to just see the whole process, just sped up everything that I do. So the French tip nail is done, and we've got this really nice shimmery pearl looking kind of stamping polish from Born Pretty. So we are using that on the French tip, and we also applied a full cover animal print on the light blue nail. The reason I like to use it is because it's not as harsh and bright and in your face as white, but it still kind of is white. It's a bit more muted look, which is what I was going for, because I did initially apply the white stamping polish, but it was way too bright, way too in my face, and I wanted something a bit more subtle. So this was literally working out perfectly. And it will always look really, really nice on some darker backgrounds as well, which is really nice. So I am using that exact same polish to stamp down the butterflies. Here it is. We're going to have to double stamp it again because the stiletto nails are obviously way too long for my little stamping polish plate. All the plates that I'm using today, well, no, incorrect. The butterfly one is from AliExpress. The other one I was using is from Moyu London. Once I've completed that, now it's time, I think, to do the butterfly wings. There is a nail that we're going to work on today that we've kind of combined a couple of little images together to create one image from the stamping plate. So I kind of thought I'll be a bit adventurous today and put my little skills to the test and kind of put together different images from the stamping plate together to make a full image. So you'll see that in just a second. But literally anyone can do it. It's not really a skill. It's just kind of being able to envision a design and seeing it on the plane, and or envisioning like different images together and what color you want to use and how to put it together to make it look good. I always struggle with that. I don't really have a very good I can't really imagine things well, really. So I was trying my best with this. It's okay. It's not the greatest of things. I've definitely seen way better things, but I was so proud that I put it together and it actually looked alright, which was nice. So in this nail, as you can see, I stamped down just one of the butterfly wings and I coloured it in with some white. Now we're going to stamp down these flowers. There's two. There's like like a slanted flower in a way and a full flower. So here are the two. Sorry, I can't talk today. And so we're going to colour them in. I'm going to use a little bit of a technique here that I've been learning and trying out. We're going to almost create an ombre with the flower, but not really. So I'm going to colour in the flower, but only about halfway down the petal, or trying to do halfway. But I have to admit, it wasn't really that easy because the flower itself was quite small. My brush was quite long and it just felt like I wasn't really doing what I was supposed to. And then the other part is going to be, I think I used white. I did, yeah, I used white. So I wanted to use white because in the background we've got that shimmery, is that right? Yes, we've got the shimmery stamping polish down, and I didn't want to use the same thing because it's just going to blend into one another, so I needed to use a different colour. So at this stage I used the white. So here it is. Right now it looks a bit mad, but when I stamp it, it did kind of add an extra little touch to it, and it's just sometimes nice to do something a little bit different than the usual, one coloured flower or whatever. So just finishing up with the petals. This one was quite difficult because it was very little fine lines with the petals. So it was a bit of a challenge, but we got them. And also, if you go out the line, it's literally not the end of the world. And if you did want to reattempt, you can always obviously take it off your stamper and retry if you wanted to, and re-pick up and colour it in. Now onto this light blue nail with the animal print. I've disappeared, but I'm going to stamp any second now, I think. I decided to stamp the flowers down first, and after that we're going to stamp some tiny little butterflies that we've got going on the stamping plate, kind of around it to make it look like they are kind of, flying around the flowers and wanting to have a little smell or something. So we're going to stamp that any second now. Please stamp away. There we go. So I had to just wait for it to dry, because if it's just too much polish on there and it's too wet, it's literally going to smudge all over. As you stamp with the pressure, it's going to just like smudge everywhere. So that's how I was waiting around. So here are the butterflies. I'm just using black. We're not colouring them in at all. Not with those. We're going to do one more butterfly. That's the very last thing we're going to do when it comes to stamping. I'm going to stamp at the bottom. And here it is. I'm just so happy with it. I think it's so cute. I love it so much. So now that that's done, we've just got some crystals going on left to place anyways. And I think after that, it's pretty much done. We just need to apply a top coat, and we're going to be done and dusted. So with these glitter nails, on one of them I'm going to place the crystals on the left hand side, and with the other I'm going to place it on the right hand side. In between the crystals I'm popping these caviar beads. These caviar beads are matte ones from Shein. At first I wasn't too keen, but actually they literally do just the job, and it came in a humongous pack, and I would definitely buy again. Literally for £1 I got like loads, millions, and I think I got like 2 packs. It's gonna last me forever. If I ever run out, I will be impressed, honestly. I do prefer the shiny ones, of course. It just has a nicer look, but because they're caviar beads, they're so small that in reality, as long as you don't have them next to you, you can't even really notice that they're any different. Obviously, if you've got them next to you to compare, you can see the difference, but without them, if no one literally knew, no one could tell. So now we're on the other nail. Now it's going on the right hand side. So just a regular, easy caviar beads, AB crystals, just going down in sizes, placing the largest in the center, going down on either side. Out go the caviar beads again. The glue that I'm using today is a rhinestone glue from Macart. It's been my all-time favorite. Always makes my crystals stay in place. It's absolutely great. I will make sure to leave a link in the description. I buy mine on Amazon, but I do believe they have obviously their websites, and sometimes resellers sell their stuff too, Macart. So wherever you if you're aware of their sites, then get it from there, but otherwise I'll have a link in the description from Amazon. Then here I'm just kind of straightening everything up or slanting it, whichever way, whatever I'm going for, whatever look I'm going for. Now that everything has been cured, it's time to top coat. So we are going to matte top coat. So this is the last time you're going to see them glossy. Once they're matte top coated, I'll show you guys the final results any second in a moment. And you see a big difference, and you can let me know in the comments if you preferred it glossy or matte. I know on the channel I do a lot of matte. It's just something about the matte. When you're doing nail art all day, every day, the matte honestly just hits different when you do art, especially when you stamp. If you don't really do a lot of matte, try matte out. Even if it's like on some little tips at home that you're practicing on, try matte out, especially with stamping. I just feel like it just brings everything out so much more, makes it look so much better. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. It's just my little opinion there. Righty, that is almost it. That's gonna go into the lamp, and here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.